Hello, it's Sean Saturdays again. Saturday, yeah. I'm talking about my favourite books. Not favourite books. My favourite books that I would instantly pick up and reread. Obviously, there's quite a few. So the first one I mentioned is Red Rising by Pierce Brown. This is our normally annual winter-esque read. Alyce has read it the past couple of years in the winter. Yeah, it's really good. Pierce Brown. It's like it's a good book. It's like, it's been referenced to Hunger Games and Ender's Game and any of those like children killing each other games. My next book is Douglas Adams' Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. This is obviously it's a compendium with 4 of them in, and the terribly named trilogy of 4, but it's now 5 or 6. Yeah, really funny book. Really quite old. Very easy to find in charity shops. I'd recommend getting this big fat one, which you can get, or just the first one is a really good starting point. Definitely worth a read. The next one is our most recent read is Illuminae. It's not really a book. It's just more of an honorable mention, really. It's more like a lovely, beautiful art piece than a book. You see, it's a very interesting story. It's not really a book. It's definitely an art piece with a really good story told in it. Next book, one of the first books I ever read all the way through. We followed Dervish. Yeah, as you can see, there's some werewolves in it, and some chess piece. A guy called Lord Lost. Not the main character, but he comes into it. Really quite short, and we have the other ones here. As you can see, it gets a bit more intense. And the good thing about these is you can, in theory, you can read every single one each, because they all introduce the characters quite easily. And they follow 3 main characters in the end. So yeah, would pick this up and reread this today. The next one I pick up and reread today. Yeah, next one I pick up and reread today is the Ark of the Scythe, or the Toll. Follow 3 characters again. Really like Grayson in this. Really like him. It's very, very good. Very dystopian murdery. Well, it's not murdery. It's a dystopia where they've solved death. Yeah, they have scythes that are like Grim Reapers, with the trademark scythe, and they go around executing people in multiple different ways to keep the population of the planet overpopulating, even though it's already quite overpopulated. So it's definitely a good read. My last one before we get to the honourable mentions is Arsenic for Tea by Robin Stevenson. It's the second Murder Most Unladylike book. The first one, bit iffy. It's got some good bits, got some bad bits, but if you enjoyed it enough to give it like a 3-star, definitely worth recommend carrying on, because they get a lot better and they're a lot more fleshed out, and they actually they go outside of the school a lot more. But you follow the 2 main characters, Daisy and Hazel. Book 9 has been published this year, so the series is complete. But there's going to be another collection of short stories and other stuff. It's coming out August. I can't remember what it's called. I'll put it on the side of the screen there. Once Upon a Time. Once upon a Crime, isn't it? The last book that we don't actually have a physical copy of, because we read them out of the library, is Foundryside and the other one. But Foundryside is definitely Shorefall. Yeah, Foundryside and Shorefall. Definitely recommend reading them. It's just cool. It's someone that can. It's in a dystopian, Victorian-esque time, like steampunk, but not quite steampunk. That sort of like period of time, where people, instead of using technology, they use scribings, just like they write on the object what it's like, ways of how it acts and what it thinks it is. So it's quite interesting. The main character, she has object empathy, as she calls it, where she can listen to objects and talk to them and understand them, which is brings some shenanigans, but definitely worth reading, because the end of the book is like a explosion. Yeah. If someone had pitched me that it was much more of like a heist-esque novel, I would have picked it up straight away. So the last 2 honourable mentions Stephen King's Dark Tower series, book 3. The book 2, The Drawing of 3. Nice confusing name there. And Wheel of Time, The Eye of the World, Jordan's Wheel of Time, book 1. The reason these are honourable mentions is because I haven't actually finished the series, even though I've been reading Stephen King's Dark Tower for a long time. I've only ever got to book 4, I think. This is my favourite one, because the first one, book 3, I only got to book 3. The first one is very much like a prologue, rather than an actual book, because it is about half the size of this, and all the other books are chunkier than this one. But this has my favourite character, brackets characters, introduced into it, which is Debtor and Odetta and Susanna, which is an amazing character. If you've read it, you'll know. Don't really give too many spoilers, because it is very much like a... Again, it's similar to like a retelling of Lord of the Rings, which also... This is like a retelling of Lord of the Rings. 2 books are both retellings of Lord of the Rings. Do you think I put Lord of the Rings on the list? But I really like The Hobbit. But I don't think I could pick it up today and start reading it. Lord of the Rings is definitely in like the fishbowl of favourites. But again, I'm not something I'd pick up today and start reading. Yeah, it's you follow the gunslinger. He's from another world of existence, but they can go into our world, and there's some time travel stuff, and it's really good. Just yeah, they made a movie which is awful. Don't watch the movie. That can go straight in the bin. Eye of the World by Robert Jordan. They're making a TV show. Hopefully that can't go in the bin. Really enjoyed it. It's a retelling, kind of retelling of Tolkien's world. It's set in that sort of time period of like Middle Ages, but you follow a bunch of group of characters. Follow Rand and Tom and Matt and Perrin and what are the girls' names? Nynaeve. And some others. There's a huge cast of characters. Like they're all on the book, and they all go wrap round. Yeah. One of them's a chosen one. We don't quite know, but it's getting a bit more obvious as we go further through the series. Egwene is the other one. Yeah, there's probably going to be more people in this character. It's a 14 book series with also a prequel, which is a New Spring. We'll eventually do a series wrap-up combination thing to review the whole thing when we actually finish them. We were meant to be doing like once a month reading, and then we'd have it all finished by now, but TBRs aren't the best, which I've made a TBR duck hunt, which took a lot more time than I thought it would. So you can watch that. Hopefully we'll get some more of them read, but this is my books and Foundry side. Books I would pick up today and happily reread. Yeah. To comment down below, subscribe, press the like button. Let me know if you object to my feeling something in these books, because yeah, I definitely recommend carrying on with Murder Most and Lady Direct. The first one you could kind of skip it almost, or just read a summary and then read the other books, and you won't really miss too much. Right, I'll see you later, or I'll see you next week with another video, and Alice will see you tomorrow. Bye.